Why do you get so nervous around men you admire? Well, I don't know if you've noticed, right? But if you're around a man that it's just okay, or a man that, maybe you feel like you have, I guess, a better stats than, if you will, you're not really nervous. You don't really, not that you don't care, but it's not a big deal. But when you get around a man, let's say, who checks all the boxes and you admire him, all of a sudden you get nervous, almost like you're glitching, like something in your brain just doesn't move the way it's supposed to move. And so that's the conversation we're going to have today. And so I think part of that, right, that happens is when you're used to dating a lot of men who you feel like you have better stats than, right? You're probably leading the way with them. You're probably telling them what to do. You're probably going to be their therapist. You're fixing things. You're leading the way. You're doing a lot. And so in that doing, right, that masculine energy doing, right, you feel good. You feel like I'm getting things done. I'm getting things accomplished, right? But here's the thing. When you get around a man you admire and he doesn't need all that, he doesn't need you to be his therapist, doesn't need you to lead anyway, he knows how to lead, he knows exactly what he's doing. In your mind, you're like, well, what am I going to do? That's the problem. We'll come back to that, right? Like, you're looking for how you're going to be enough. Big problem. I work on a lot of women with this. You're looking because you're trying to see, like, well, he's so good. Like, what am I going to do? You see what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to do? Problem, right? And so immediately you start thinking, if he's so good, that means if he's the good one, oh my gosh, well then that means he can see that I'm not so good. That's when you start acting weird and funny and anxiety and like, what am I going to do? And you start doing all these things. And it's like, calm down. If you can relate, let me know. Let me know. And so when he's that good, it's like almost like the mirror is turned on you. And now you're like, well, then he can see my flaws. Then he can see what's wrong. Then, oh my God, let me do something. Let me act a certain way. You start not behaving like yourself. You're not your true self because he's so good. And you're like, well, if he's so good, what is he going to do with me? Ding, 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 ding. This is how we sabotage good things. This is how we repel great men. A lot of people, you meet great men, you meet good men, but you can't sustain a relationship with a great man. And a lot of people won't necessarily admit that, but we have to have these conversations so people can learn. Another thing, right, that happens, right, is that when you start feeling like, oh my goodness, he can see my flaws or whatever, for some women, you start overcompensating and start doing some crazy stuff. You go on the extreme end trying to, prove stuff to him, show him he's wrong. Almost like you start going into competition mode and battling mode. You're like, well, let me one-up him. Let me show him that I'm worthy. Calm down. You're repelling him. You're literally repelling him. And then you'll flip it and say he's intimidated. He's not intimidated. You're just acting like how you would act with men who you feel like you're better than, which is leading them, trying to be their therapist, trying to heal them, trying to do the absolute most. Doing the most is how not to date. Is how not to date like a queen. That's exactly the opposite of what dating like a queen is, right? And so when you're dating someone that you admire, perhaps, right, what you should do is just know that you are already enough. That's it. There's nothing you're going to do. Just be yourself. Just know that you're already enough. So all the other things I talked about, like how you're trying to, you automatically go into, okay, he can see my flaws. Oh my God, why does he like me? Or you start going to all that. Those are things that you have to heal. Those are things that you literally have to heal and process and deal with. And get clear on, like, what is it about you that you are hiding? Like, what do you think needs to be hidden in order for him to feel like you're a great woman? Like, what all that chatter that's going on in your mind, those are things that are getting in the way of having a healthy, loving relationship. That gets in the way of receiving the kind of love that you say you want. So quite frankly, it's almost like, so women say you want a healthy, loving relationship and you want a man of great character. You want a man you can admire, but when he shows up, you don't know how to act, right? And so those are things that you have to process and you have to heal in order for you to date effectively. Because what's going to happen is that when he's in a relationship with you, the energy you're giving him is not your fault, but the energy you're giving him is off. So he's going to think something is wrong with you because of the energy, not because something was fundamentally wrong with you. Okay? Take care.